How's it, guys? Welcome back to the official Rugby Brew studio.
More official than ever. Llewellyn stepped up his game.
But you see, I remember this time.
You did remember. And we are, as usual, as we get to the end of the World Cup, we are still officially sponsored by Canterbury, the scarf sponsor of the World Cup. It's going
the strong. Official scarf sponsor of the World Cup.
And that is how we got all this new production stuff. Llewellyn's salary gets paid through this Canterbury sponsorship, so thank you, Canterbury. We really appreciate it, and Llewellyn appreciates it.
Yeah, I mean, we took him off the street, so
yeah,
at least he can feed his family. Semi-final stage, let me tell you, my son, you called it. We nailed the Japanese. But before we get to the easy peasy part, let's talk about the first one, England and Wales.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
England and Wales.
Oh, I'm on form tonight, aren't I?
Form tonight. Just keep going from there. Just read. What do we do, James? Do we,
we carry on.
It out?
We carry on.
So just go back to where you started from there.
How do you feel about the first one going forward? New Zealand and England. I think you said Wales. For me, this could be the final.
Smart money is on the All Blacks. I mean, smart money is on the All Blacks, are going to edge it. But I think of the two teams that could have beaten the All Blacks at this World Cup, it's got to be England and the Springboks. So I'm not writing the English off completely. And for the sake of World Rugby, I don't want New Zealand to wipe the floor with England. I'd much prefer England, South Africa final.
Let me just tell you what, I cannot handle another All Black victory at this World Cup.
Man.
Neither could I handle an English victory at this World Cup. So, besides your friends with the pink skins, it can't be them. It has to be us or the Welsh.
Yeah.
I can't handle that. Who do I think? I think the All Blacks are going to win it. But man,
but we hope they don't.
For me,
smart money says they're going to win it.
Yeah, smart money. But I also think these are the two best teams, and this should be the final, purely on competency.
What do you mean the two best teams and this should be the
Man,
final?
we'll get to the Springboks, but
No. Shame on you.
no, I just think
Shame on you.
I just think these are the most clinical, most accurate teams. I mean, Eddie Jones is more cheeky and wily than a bloody fox. The All Blacks, you know what they stand for. You know how good they are. But I can't wait for Beauden Barrett to regret giving his last World Cup medal to some child in the stands. You know, I think he'd win it again, because he's not going to win it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, where there's a Bok way, there's a Bok will. So hopefully we pull it out of the fire.
There's a Bok will. No, we're going to win this one.
Because we thrashed Japan, right? I mean, you called it.
I called it. We don't want to get into the details of how we called it because it was a little bit insensitive.
Nah, man, it was fine.
But not really, because we did humor the Japaneses. So it happens. We called it. We respect them. We love them. It was a great World Cup.
We love them.
But we need to take this one, boys. And that's right. Next time, maybe they have a chance.
Okay, so what do you think about our chances against Wales? Let me just give you a bit of a lowdown. We've played them twice in the World Cup in the history. We've beaten them twice, but both have been super close games where they were leading, I think, like deep into the second half. So we've had to come back twice against them. So that's cool. We've got that sort of hoodoo over them. But before you comment, they've beaten us in the last 3 fixtures we've played them.
I think it's a different game being the World Cup. I think the Welsh haven't been... they're still good. They can definitely beat us. They haven't been firing the way they should. We're going to edge it over the Welsh. That's what I believe. I think there's going to be 10 points in it. And we'll take it. I think our forwards are going to really front up. Backs, we've got some worrying positions there. Villy hasn't been firing. There's a lot of questions around Faf's kicking, but I would rather have Faf kicking average and still have him on the field than not have him on the field. He's a Jack Russell.
Man, he got the man of the match for a reason. His tempo on the ball when he decides to distribute and go for it, he's bloody spot on. And his defense, man, he was on point. The Japanese have some of the best running players in their backs, and he nullified them numerous times.
Yeah.
He was so spot on. I mean, you can't not have Faf play that game. I'm sorry. He was
100%.
brilliant. Villy, on the other hand, I've always called him the truth. I love the guy, what he stands for and how he plays, and he brought a different dimension into Springbok Rugby that never existed. Yes, it never existed. But at the moment, he squanders opportunities when we need to score tries, and
I get nervous
and
when
in
he
the
gets
first
the ball.
half we should have scored a couple of those tries where you maybe thought
Yeah, true, but now you've got the whole thing of experience versus form. Who else? You're going to bring Willemse in there?
So Bobby Skinstead or Gary Teichman?
Yeah, Skinstad's an impact player. So you start Teichmann, you bring Skinstad on.
So
That's the one
Mallet
to
got
do
it wrong.
We can't question Mallet.
You heard it here.
This is rugby.
You heard it here.
We don't. This
Doesn't
is
want to
not
admit it. Mallet, you got it wrong. Okay, Karl Marx. Oh, Karl Marx. He was the starter of the communism. Malcolm Marx. Or Umunambi. Umunambi had a great 35 minutes. But was that a faked injury or was he really like, what happened there? Why did he go
Who
off?
knows? Who knows? I don't think he's the type of, I don't know, but I don't think he would do that. I think he'd want to play.
Or did he just get jerked? Like, I mean, replaced?
Sorry, he just got what?
Did he get replaced before halftime again, like he did last year against the Wallabies?
Don't know. I don't know. Let's see, eh? I'm just thinking about what you just said now, but
Sorry, bro.
you'll edit that one out as well, eh? You won't? You don't have the technology?
Okay, so have you heard who the refs are for the semi-finals?
Yeah,
And do you think this is something to discuss? Do you know, it kills me that people on social media are already crying about the refs.
Yeah.
They're already crying
I don't want to talk about it because of that fact. Like, yes, we, and especially South Africans, we hate the French refs. You know, let's not talk about it. Let's just go and play.
Do you think the
Let's
destiny's
get
in
it
the
done.
Boks hands?
Yes, of course. 100%. Of course the destiny's in our hands. We're gonna
So we
front
can't blame
up
the
this-
ref?
We can't blame the ref.
I don't know if the viewers agree.
Yeah, they don't know the viewers agree because until the game happens, you don't know, because maybe a key decision here and there can swing the whole game. But what it still comes down to is we have to front up, we have to make it happen.
What about Jackie Paper? You know,
Oh, that was brilliant, eh? I think he was having a few beers after the game. He saw a few Welsh fans.
just loving life, bro.
Somehow it just happened a little. I mean,
Do you know that cost him the semi-finals berth, apparently.
It did. Yeah, he was going to ref it. It was silly, but also people need to just chill out because you know why? And I spoke about this earlier this evening as well. It wasn't a 50-50 call. It was such a blatant foul play. It's not like they're like, oh, yeah, Paper, you swung that way, now you're leaning towards the Welsh. It was such clear foul play.
Now let's use that as an example.
Come on.
How contentious or how controversial was that Welsh try to win the game? Man, I'm sure that travelled forward. Where the guy ripped it out of the Frenchman's hand. I'm sure that travelled forward. And I don't know the exact rule in it, but I'm sure when you rip it out of someone's hand and it travels forward and someone else catches it from your team, that ball's travelled forward. It's a forward pass. It should be disallowed try. So the French can bitch and moan about that as much as they want. But hell, if they never if they never gave away a red card, that would probably have never happened and they would have cruised into the semi-final. So that's just an example. Screw the ref, play the game, 15, 23-man game, you know, destiny in your own hands, just go out there and win, make fewer mistakes, take your opportunities, and then that's all you know.
That's it. It's done, yeah.
Anything you want to end off on?
I think that's it. Stay tuned for our live episode on Sunday.
Live and proud. Here they go, Boks. Till then, see you boys, and New Zealand by 3, Boks by 43. Cheers.
Cheers.